Welcome viewers to a different kind of ghost hunt. One where 5 spirits of different kinds, in the spirit of adventure, drink all kinds of spirits while trying to contact the spirits. Join us for our first stop on a haunted pub crawl around the Westcountry. We are spirits of a different kind.
Last time I do that.
Our first investigation sees us visit the Olde Plough Inn, Bere Ferrers, a cosy, family-run pub right on the border of Devon and Cornwall, with a beautiful view of the River Tavy as she flows down to meet the Tamar. It's been a pub since Victorian times, although the building's history goes back much further, originally being a row of mining cottages from the 16th century. As well as being the perfect place to warm up, next to the wood stove on a cold early spring day, the Olde Plough boasts a smashing pint of local beer, absolutely amazing homemade chips, and a friendly welcoming landlady. More about her later. Oh, and naturally, it also has gravestones set into the floor. Despite being described as one of Devon's 10 most haunted pubs, landlady Sarah has never experienced anything supernatural herself, so she's invited spirits of a different kind to investigate if there's any truth in the tale of a ghostly woman who haunts the bar of her traditional village inn. Anyway, the scene is now set. Let's meet the team.
Hi, my name is Uni.
My name's George.
Hi, I'm Emma.
Hiya there, I'm Lawrence Patrick McNeela.
Hello, my name is Abby.
I'm a local author and I used to present a paranormal show on local commercial radio called Supernatural Chronicles.
I am a paranormal investigator with Haunted Devon.
I am a complete sceptic as far as ghosts are concerned.
I'm here today at one of my old haunts, the Olde Plough at Bere Ferrers.
I came along to spend some nice time with some lovely people.
I'm here today as kind of a paranormal technical advisor and to see if anything is actually going on here.
I have experienced a few ghosts throughout my life.
I think I always wanted to believe in ghosts when I grew up, and then I stopped, like the Loch Ness Monster and UFOs. I just stopped believing until I became the landlord of a pub on Dartmoor and saw a ghost myself.
I think the idea that a human consciousness could in some way survive death and come back would be a miracle, right? By any definition.
It's hard to say that, oh yes, I believe in it, but I definitely don't believe in it. I think it's more complex than that.
I am a little bit spiritual and I'm a little bit skeptic, so I sit on the fence. I don't jump into everything is paranormal. I like to find the actual environmental or natural explanations first. If we can't find that, then definitely we've got something interesting, and that is what I'm looking for today.
The philosopher David Hume said something about miracles. He said if someone tells you they've seen a miracle, then you have to weigh up what's more likely, that the miraculous miracle actually happened, or that that person is in some way deceived or lying to you or insane. And as we know that people are often deceived or lying to you or insane, it's always more likely that that's the case, that the miracle didn't happen.
I don't think I believe in ghosts in the sense of some, like a horror film kind of idea of ghosts. But I do believe in what I sense, and that everything is an energy, and that places have memories,
I'm convinced that ghosts exist because I've seen and heard them.
If I do see a ghost, that would change everything.
I think I'm spiritual. I'm scientific, but also spiritual.
I just can't take someone's word for it, no matter how much I trust them. Let alone this lot of nutters.
I have haunted hair.
Me? I'm ready to believe anything.
We're here this afternoon to do an investigation and see if we can find some ghosts.
As appealing as it would be to spend all day supping ale in the beer garden, this wasn't going to be a drinking session. If we wanted to lift the veil and communicate with the other side, we'd need some specialist equipment.
Let's see what we've bought today. Well, I've cherry-picked some things out of the kit. We have a range of EMF and temperature meters.
Will you have a look at these?
You can. So we've got a tri-field and a mel meter. That one's going to do your EMF and temperature. And this one does a range of different, either magnetic, electric, stuff like that. So we're picking up if we're getting EMF spikes, or if there's anywhere people feel like a little bit, they've got that feeling of being watched. It can actually be a high EMF. And we also got the dowsing rods as well. So
Right.
we can do a bit of divination there. We have also got the REM pod with us.
What is this?
Now the REM pod, I won't put the aerial in, I won't turn it on yet because it'll be like, the whole pub will be like, oh, alarm, fire alarm, run. But this is, it basically creates an EM, electromagnetic field around it. And if anything approaches it or breaks that field, it will actually go off. So it can be used for communication or, again, detecting whether there's a high EMF somewhere. But this one's also got a temperature gauge on it as well. So if there's a fluctuation in temperature, it will actually let you know, the temperature's either increased or dramatically decreased.
Okay.
So, yes, we've got that one. I've also brought the Ovulus with us. It uses things like temperature, EMF, background readings and stuff like that. And it has a phonetic dictionary in here.
Okay.
So it will actually transfer that into a phonetic dictionary and actually give you words. So again, it's a bit like a random word generator, but it's using environmentals to actually generate the word. It can be very interpretational. We never know. Some things can actually come up that are relevant.
How exciting.
So,
I really
yeah.
hope we do. I'm sure we won't. It's always better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best, but it'd be so great if we did.
It would be great if we did, but one thing you can't guarantee is activity.
The afternoon drew on. Eventually the lunchtime punters filed out, leaving us in the bar for a few hours to begin our supernatural lock-in.
We are very out of the way.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Here's to our first spooky pub tour.
The haunted pub crawl.
Oh, yeah.
Am I the only person here who's not seen a ghost then?
Yeah.
You may have seen a ghost.
You may have seen, you don't know.
Yeah, you just haven't realised you've seen a ghost.
I saw a ghost once. I spoke to you, didn't I, about it? And I thought, literally as close as you are to me now.
Right, yeah.
And I thought it was a person, and they just went bye-byes.
I know he is real too.
That would be a twist, wouldn't it? the sceptic was the ghost, yeah.
That's going to get loads of views when we reveal that. Actually gorgeous and real.
I'll just edit it so I just fade out. As you touch me, I'll just melt into the ether. That'll be it, yeah. You don't think you've seen a ghost, do you?
I don't. Touch wood. I luckily not. No.
That's
Do
the
you
big
believe in
difference
ghosts,
then.
Una?
Today, maybe.
Well,
today.
that's. Oh, please no. No. I don't know. It's really hard. I definitely believe in the sort of like a memory thing, as we talked about, as a sort of like places might have memories, energy attached to it.
I don't pretend to know what a ghost is. I say it's a ghost because I was brought up with ghost stories, and it's a ghost.
Is it wearing a sheet and clanking chains?
Sadly not, but I did see a ghost
Yeah.
at the Blue Ball Inn at Countersbury Head above Lynmouth
Oh yeah.
on Exmoor, and it actually was stood behind Emma. And this is quite interesting. As it walked behind her, it looked down and its mouth fell open in shock, as if, well, you shouldn't be here. What are you doing here? It was Hare who was the anomaly to the ghost rather than him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
But yeah, there is meant to be the spirit of this. Now, normally I wouldn't know, but you let it slip during the production meeting. So, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, well done,
everyone.
Lawrence.
Well done, Lawrence. So there
Hey,
is.
it's my first ghost hunt. I didn't know these were the rules.
I'm still not validating your orbs. I don't care how many we get on for camera.
She won't validate.
I won't
my orbs.
validate your orbs. But yeah, there is meant to be the spirit of this woman here that's meant to come from this part of the bar and walk through. And there is meant to be something.
No.
Yes, because there's a fireplace.
There's a
behind.
fireplace. Oh, is it behind here? Is it?
Yeah.
It's behind. It's all right. We're sitting on E5, and people have said
What's
to
there?
see things move. But then again, if there's a fireplace there, is there a draft coming down? Is that causing
Right,
things to
yeah,
move?
yeah.
Is the convection
Why my
on
chair
the
is
go?
moving?
Oh, come on, Abby. What kind of draft we talking about is going to blow down a fireplace and move tankards and glasses?
Quite easily. You shut that door there, it creates a vacuum effect and a draft that goes up the chimney, and it can sway that. I've seen it happen.
I feel like I'm
Looks
moving.
like a hurricane or something.
No, not a hurricane. Just
It's
a.
a very wobbly floor.
Yeah, you're on quite a wobbly chair, actually.
No,
Yeah, that's what it is.
So
Hang on. I like to hear ghost stories. What have you felt or seen?
Like I'm floating.
Like just floating.
No, it's a bit like I'm moving a bit.
That's right, yeah.
Everything.
If we were to understand what might be happening in the Olde Plough Inn, we'd need a bit more information about its haunting. So Abby had a few questions for landlady Sarah.
right, so Sarah, you are the landlady of this
I am the
lovely
landlady.
club. How long have you been here?
We've been here, we're now into our 18th year of trading.
Wow. And it's supposedly said that there is the spirit of a young woman that has been seen.
We think it's a young woman, we're not sure. I haven't heard that many stories regarding her age, but a lady, a female of some age.
Female of some age.
We've had one story of it being a milkmaid, and others just say it's a woman. So it can be quite varied.
Now, this wasn't all one property at one point.
No, it's the actual building's 16th century. We believe, we can't get that much history from it, but we believe it was 3 mining cottages.
Right.
So this was one cottage, and you can see from the depth of the wall,
Yes.
they're very thick walls.
So this woman of, we don't know what age, what description, what era even.
No.
Where has she been reported to be seen?
Mainly from, I suppose, the fireplace, this area here,
Yeah.
going through to the back. I would presume that was the back door originally. So she comes, we've heard of being in this area underneath this beautiful picture of the horses, and then walking through to the back door there.
Right, so, sorry Joe, you're going to move. So kind of like from
From
this area
Yeah.
here,
yeah,
and then walking
through the doorway.
through the doorway.
Originally, years ago, that was the entrance to the pub.
Oh right, so there is a blocked up.
There is a blocked up doorway there.
There's a blocked up doorway here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've put the REM pod here. I mean, you can't actually see it's a blocked up doorway, to be honest with you, so no. But yeah, that's interesting. So is it just the same description, just her walking from here and out of there?
Yeah. And she'll go right the way. They say people who've spoken about her have said that she goes through the court, she doesn't just disappear once she's gone through the doorway.
Yeah, the REM
She'll
pod's just
carry
gone.
on. She'll carry on
Yeah.
walking through into the garden,
Yeah.
even though that's a newer part of the building.
Ah, well, saying that, I placed the REM pod here. It hasn't gone off. It's been there for nearly about 3/4 of an hour now, and it hasn't gone off once. It has just sounded an alarm. So while you were talking about that, whether that's a coincidence or not, who knows? But it's interesting. So she's seen walking from here to here. Now, how many times has this been? I mean, obviously, not everybody comes to you and go, "Oh, have you seen a woman come through the wall?"
More, dare I say, without putting a
Number on.
sceptical
Yeah.
streak on it, but very much back more when times where alcohol was consumed a little bit more heavily, supposedly.
Right. Okay.
Not so much more. We've never seen her. We're
No.
a family of 6. None of us have seen her.
And none of you have ever experienced
None of
anything
us
while living here.
experienced anything while living here, felt anything, and whilst I'm not saying I don't believe until I see something, I'm quite happy to live alongside her and her knowing that we're here, and maybe she just likes us being in her home with her. Who knows?
Who knows? Or it could be, as we were discussing earlier, that it could be actually a residual energy. So something that's just replaying over and over again of this woman coming into this property and then going out to the back. Yeah.
Is that beeping?
Yeah, it's doing it now.
Why is it beeping?
I don't know, but
That's prolonged.
but the light's not come on, so that's not actually meant to do that.
Right, but the light's meant to come on.
The
when it
lights
is.
are meant to come on. This is the if I go near it, it's going to go off.
Okay, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
But this one here is the temperature, and that's meant to go off either red or blue
If it's hot or cold.
if it's got, and that noise is accompanying the temperature gauge. So that isn't actually meant to go off without the light going off.
Is it because
So what does that mean?
It means it's operating outside of parameter. So,
Oh my goodness. So
which I love it when it does. When it doesn't operate like it's supposed to, that's when I find it interesting.
So we might possibly be catching something paranormal. Possibly.
It's strange that it started going off when we were talking about the woman coming through this area.
Oh, this is
Hang on,
exciting.
do ghosts have temperature? Like they
Well,
warm?
cold spots, hot spots, yeah. Yeah.
More cold than. Okay, is that
What the
because
hell?
you hear?
That's not meant to be doing
Is that the machine?
Yeah.
It's playing
It's
music.
playing a tune.
It is.
It's weird because I just thought,
It's playing.
like just a couple of minutes ago, I thought, oh, it's something to create avant-garde music
I've
with.
not known it. I've
And
not
I was
known
playing
it
a
play.
tune.
I
Yeah.
heard that earlier. I thought it was one of the girls with something on a phone.
That was weird because I was literally just going to call out and just say if there is a spirit of a woman here that is coming through the door, can you make it go off? Before I'd even actually said it, I was thinking it. No, it's not meant to play a tune.
It's strange because I just before that happened, just a couple of minutes ago, I thought that's something that would is something for a music, something that would create an interesting avant-garde music.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it does different tones which
You know,
are all
like
in the same
a-
key, so it sounds like music anyway.
Do you
But
want
it's,
a
that's
what's
only
it
that's
called?
only meant to be a high, low tone because it's high tone for increase in temperature, low tone for decrease in temperature.
Right.
It's not meant to play.
It's not meant to go mad. Right?
No, it's just like
All the time we've
or
had it on,
beep.
it's a beep,
Well,
yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Shall we
Stop.
ask if there's someone here then? And if so, what will happen?
Yeah,
I mean,
But do you
I've never done it like this.
protocol
What
for,
what
like,
happens
spooky
next?
stuff?
What do we actually do?
Well, because this is operating out of parameter, I just want to double check there's no errant EMF about. So feel free to call out whilst I'm doing that. So if there is a presence of a lady here that comes through, we welcome you. We mean you no harm. We come with the utmost respect. Could you walk up to the circle on the table again and make a tune for us? Are you trying to get our attention? I hope that's a kettle whistling.
Actually, something interesting happened here while we were laughing at the kettle boiling.
Are you trying to get our attention?
It sounds like a ghostly woman's voice says, yes. This is one of a number of EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, that Abby and her team found when looking back through the audio recordings. See if you can catch any others as the video goes on.
Right, I'm just going to...
I guess that was almost too good to be true for her to respond to
yeah.
that question. But wow, that was
What did you
interesting.
do then?
Well, that's weird.
Why is it weird, Abby?
That's just weird because I put brand new batteries in this morning and I've just turned it on. It's completely drained.
Oh.
So I'm going to go and get another EMF meter.
Well, it's still strange for me, but
Can
I
the
thought
fan
about
switch
music
off?
and then
Or-
that happens.
Oh God, you're going to get me bloody
I
full
just
now, aren't
don't think that doesn't feel right doing this.
Is that REM pod again?
you? Yeah.
Yeah, the light just flashed red.
So it's not anything to do with us being near it?
No, no. Right, George, I'm
I
just
don't
going to get up by that light a second.
I
Yeah, okay,
understand how
sorry.
that works. Don't really understand.
No, that's not causing it. You can see there's a bit of EMF fluctuation coming off that light. Because sometimes lights can do it, especially if they're the strip lights. No.
And we don't have a name for this lady who
Not
has
that I'm
been.
aware of.
I want to go with Mary, just because, you know, most ghosts are called Mary.
Or Elizabeth.
Is that the first rule of ghost hunting? Most ghosts are called Mary.
It was the name that came into my head.
Shall we get the pendulum? I mean, I have no idea. Should we get the pendulums, the crystals, the
Yeah, sure.
dowsing rods, any of these things? Will they help?
They can do, yeah.
Let's give them a go then.
Let's give them a go.
Is there a young lady here who used to work as a pond maid? Chris out.
Is that your yes or no?
There we go. I would say that is probably a yes.
I'd probably say that is a yes.
Okay, I'll read that one. Was your name Mary? Was your name Marie? Maria? Just reset.
Try Elizabeth. That was a popular name in
Yeah.
those days.
Was your name Elizabeth? Yeah, Elizabeth.
So we could be here a long time if we go through every...
Well, I mean, there is a way you can actually spell the dowsing rods.
Yeah.
So if you just ask the rods to cross when you get to the first letter of her known name.
Can you give us a letter? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q.
Actually, can I try an experiment? George, you'll like this.
Yeah, hang on, let me come
No.
through and get the
No.
reverse angle on all this.
They said no.
No, I want to try an experiment.
Oh gosh!
The rod said no.
Or she is agreeing.
Does someone else want to call out? So, Lawrence, if you want to ask some questions, and then
Is there somebody here?
maybe more specific.
What kind of thing should I ask?
Is there a spirit of a woman here? I think it's not a spirit of a woman.
Is there a spirit of a lady here? So yours went in, Abby. What does that mean? Yes or no?
That is my yes.
That's your yes.
That's my yes.
Mine
Yeah.
didn't move at all.
Okay.
You
Do you want to
just
put it
reset
out
then?
again and I'll try again?
Yeah, reset. I've been 1,000 years.
Are you a young lady? Are you an old lady?
Well, now you're just going to pee her off. Never ask a woman her age, not even a
Are you in your 60s?
30s.
Did you used to live here in what we now call the Plough Inn?
Did you live here?
I've got the age 65. Were you here when this was it fishermen's cottages? Or mining cottages?
Mining cottages.
Mining cottages. That'll be a yes.
the wife of a miner?
No. Try mother.
Are you a lady of ill repute? She's not.
No, you're just peeing her off. So I'll put that up here so I can read it.
Are you from Bere Ferrers?
Very.
What is that, sorry?
Bury or what's this place called?
Bere Ferrers.
Bere Ferrers. It says Bury.
Berry.
No, B-U-R-Y, Bury.
Maybe they would have called it Beery in those
Yeah,
days.
it's like got an accent to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But Beer Ulster, we call it Berry.
But you actually call it Bury?
So
Berry.
No freaking way.
Beer
George,
Ulster.
that-
Oh my
No!
goodness.
Oh! Lost it!
I believe you.
Not so much Bere Ferrers,
Yeah.
but it could be just come from Beer Ulster.
Beer also,
Berry.
B-U, yeah, it said Beery.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
call it Berry.
Can we find out your name, sweetheart? Would that be okay? If we use the rods to spell out your name? Hesitant.
Does it say something?
Here. Okay. Could you cross the rods when I get to the first letter of your first name? Would that be okay? Okay. A. Oh, sorry. Started with a wobble on. A. B. C. D. E. F. G. H. I. J. K. L. M. N. Can I confirm? Is that an N? A N? Yeah.
What could that be?
Nora?
Nancy. Try Nancy. Sarah's asking, is your name Nancy? Nancy. Okay.
Are you still sceptical, George? You are, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
of course I am. Yeah. I'm not having it.
Nancy, so your name is Nancy. This was your home when it was a mining cottage and you're 65 years old.
Oh my god.
Buried in the churchyard.
Nancy, when you... Oh, hang on. Nancy, when you passed away, did they bury you in the local church? Are you in the local churchyard? Apparently so. See if we can try and get a last name.
Is this where we go running around the churchyard looking for it?
It most
Nancy.
certainly is. Exactly what we're going to do next.
Yeah. Can I ask how many children you had? If I count, can you cross the rod? 1, 2, 3.
It's flashing. It's flashing.
3.
It's flashing red. Why is it flashing red?
It meant to be temperature increase, but we got the door open, we got that open, we got that open. The dog's just legged it. It said pat and the dog went flying.
What means
So,
bad?
Did it pat the dog? So 3 children. Did all your children survive until adulthood?
Oh.
I
Nancy,
don't want to say it because it's weird. It's like,
It's sad.
yeah.
Surely we should be asking, like, what it's like to have passed away. Like, what is there after death and things like that.
If she's
Like,
not
that would
crossed
be really
over, she
profound.
won't know.
But yeah, if she's
Yeah.
in first, she's. In,
I mean, I
between.
liken the ghostly plane to limbo.
Right.
So you don't
So
cross.
it's like being stuck in a pub.
Being stuck in a pub with happy hour and not able to drink, basically. So, you know, everybody's getting peed up around you and you're just sat there on the
So
squash.
I guess the question then we should be asking is why are they stuck in the pub? Why haven't
No,
they moved
don't
on
do
to the next
that.
place? Well, no, because
No.
you know that'd be helpful. Surely,
that's-
I wouldn't like to be stuck in the pub and not be able to have a pint.
No, George, it's
I'd
not
want to-
funny.
I'm not saying
But
it
she
is
might
funny.
not know
I'm being
why.
logical.
Nancy, have you crossed over? Yeah. Nancy, do you come and visit?
Apparently so.
Yeah. Nancy, are you stuck on this side? Are you?
No.
No. No, she's crossed over. She just comes back.
Yeah,
She likes it here.
She likes it here.
Yeah. Oh.
Just likes visiting.
She likes visiting. It's her old home.
This is amazing.
Nancy, do you see it as a pub?
No.
No, she doesn't.
Still at home.
She's still at home.
Nancy, is this your home still?
Yeah.
Nancy, are you looking for your child?
No. One says.
One. She's looking for one child.
Oh yeah, one's gone.
One's gone, yeah.
Yeah, one has.
One child.
And back then, if the child died in childbirth, they would have been put in a communal grave.
They would have, yeah.
Mm.
No, especially if it's not baptised. They would have
Baptised in
thought it wouldn't have
childbirth.
got into heaven or anything
Yeah.
like that, yeah. Is that where you're looking for your baby?
Esther.
Esther.
Don't say Esther.
You want to reunite with your child, darling?
Oh my goodness.
I can guarantee you, doesn't matter what the church says, whether baptised or not baptised, that was just control. Your child, yeah, I know. Your child would have crossed over to the other side. You can reunite you with your little one if you want. You can go and find them, you say, honestly. Nancy, are you still with us?
She's gone, hasn't she?
Yeah.
I
Energy's gone.
felt it changed after
Yeah.
that last question.
I want to get a last name.
Well, we should go and investigate the church and see if there's anything there.
What, any Nancys? How many Nancys? How many Nancys are in a church? We're going to have a look at the graveyard.
With only a slight wobble in our step, it was time for the Scooby Gang to go and check out the local graveyard. After what we just experienced, it'd be madness not to. And, to add to the spookiness, we were greeted at the church gate by a stunning barn owl.
Oh wow! Beautiful.
What?
There you go.
I tell you what, Una and I follow the owl.
You follow the owl. 1600.
So these are two new, I think, Una. We're looking for really old ones.
Yes, but how do we know if the names are kind of worn off? That's a really old one, and we never know. This could be it.
Yeah.
Because that's where I was led.
What we were thinking is, a miner, they wouldn't have had a headstone for a start.
Yeah. These are all of these are too new.
All these are too new.
Oh gosh, yes.
Body of Edward.
This here is just completely
Like the flagstones, aren't they?
Yeah, they look like the flagstone, so it would have been the right age.
That's the devil's door.
The devil's door.
Oh no!
That's so when you baptise, the idea being that you drive the devil out of the baby, so they would open the door so the devil would be driven out.
What does that
And
mean if
drown
I'm
in
not
the river.
baptized?
Yeah, neither of us were ever baptised,
I mean,
so
look, these
look
are
out.
all part
Well,
of
I
old.
took refuge in Buddhism, so I do.
Well, good luck.
Although we didn't succeed in finding Nancy's headstone, we had succeeded in working up a thirst. So, as the evening drew in, it was time to return to the Olde Plough for a debrief on the day's events.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it?
Yeah.
Lawrence has just come up with an interesting fact that Nancy wasn't actually, it was more of a nickname rather than a name in the 1600s, which would have been medieval.
Yeah.
It was Agnes or
or Annie.
Or Annie.
Right,
And so
okay.
people said, "My Nancy,"
Yeah.
which became "My Nancy," which became Nancy over time.
So we could be looking for an Agnes or an Anne.
In the graveyard, there was nothing old enough.
Weren't you drawn to a grave as well in the churchyard that you felt that might have been the one we were looking for?
I was just drawn to that direction. George said the owl flew that way. I was sort of like, the owl shows the way, and I was just like, I was just drawn that way. So I'm going that way. It's always very like down on the left, just drawn that way. But then there was this very, very disintegrated old
Slate.
and I was like, I'm drawn to this. I'm drawn to this. Again, it could just be my imagination. I don't know, but. Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the fence anyway. It could be very interpretational. It could be very you're making things fit. But the correct answers in the REM pod going off in a very strange manner, which it's not supposed to do. The tune you want to talk about in a second.
Yes, it's a few things.
But it was the Bere for me.
This was my question I was going to ask. So obviously you've done this a lot. I've
Yeah.
never been on a ghost hunt or whatever you'd call this before. Is this a normal amount of things to happen, or was that an extraordinarily
For a
eventful thing?
A small space of time, because we didn't have much time. That was a lot to happen in a short
Yeah,
space
that's
of
what
time.
it felt like.
I've only ever known it play music once, and that was. I'll be knocking on nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see when you come back to playing
Yeah.
it back if it was the same tune, because in my head it was the same tune.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the same kind of sequence.
Yeah.
It was repetitive, wasn't it?
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
it. Like that's why I think like I'm not maybe that convinced. I'd have to listen to it back, but I think it might just be like an octave of, you know what I mean? And it might just be quite random, and we're kind of imprinting this idea of music onto it. But we've got it on film, so we'll know. So
Yeah.
I'll be able to play it back, and if it really does seem
But if it
quite
was
musical, I'll have to
random-
rethink things a little bit.
Even if it was random, though, surely if it was the same random, that would
Oh yeah, that would be very, very strange.
Yeah, because it's not meant to do
Well,
that.
yeah.
As I say,
Yeah, well, that's-
It was the proximity meter didn't go off once. It was the temperature.
No.
We did the EMF sweep round it,
Yeah.
which, to debunk anything, EMF that was going off. And yeah, it was the tune, but you were thinking something before you played
Yeah,
the tune.
yes, but yes, I thought about just making a smile, and I thought, oh, that looks like something that you could create a kind of interesting, surreal music. And then soon after, like a minute or so, that happened, we played the music, played the tune, and I felt that was for me.
And the Bere that came up on the
It was very
How was it
exciting.
spelled? B-U-R-Y, was it?
Yeah, B-U-R-Y. So, and even I thought at the time, is it a colloquialism for the name of and you said that's what people refer to, Bere. Where'd you come from? Bere.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is quite cool that it said Bere, but if I was to be really
Never said that
sceptical,
before.
we could also say it said a load of other things which had no relevance to
It did. It was
and we've chosen the one, and we were like, oh wow, that's really amazing.
We just don't know what
Well,
kind.
yeah.
I think I was asking where you were from.
Where you were from,
Yeah,
because she
yeah.
said she's not from here, she's from Bury.
Yeah.
That's right, that's what she said.
Well,
Yeah, that's what you asked.
Back
Yeah.
then, people didn't move around a lot. They still don't move around a lot now, but more so on a peninsula back then.
And also as well, George, okay, you might call this coincidence.
Yeah, I will.
You
Spoiler
will,
alert.
you
Yeah.
will, you will. I was saying pilchards from what I know.
Yeah.
You said salmon. Rem
And it beats, didn't it?
I
Yeah.
did, and I thought I heard it say salmon or a word that sounded like salmon.
Yeah. You've got a way to go.
It will be full blown apparition in front of his face.
Yeah, I hope so.
You'll be wearing brown trousers, so we won't see any accidents. A lot happened. A lot happened that I'd say you could either call it coincidence, you can call it synchronicity, you can call it, yes, we were communicating with the spirit of Nancy or Agnes.
I asked the resident believer in everything would be very open-minded in thinking that there was some sort of technical malfunction. I have no idea what this piece of equipment is. I haven't been on a ghost hunt either. I'd never seen one of those things before. I'd be quite happy to say, oh yeah, it's some mumbo jumbo. And as for the dowsing rods, likewise, it's you want to hear something, and so you're unconsciously making the things turn. I'm happy, I'm willing to say those things happened, but I have to say, I came here hoping something exciting would happen.
No expectations. Yeah.
Didn't have any expectations it would. Thought probably they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But that was good.
Our beery first outing, like what I did there, had been even more exciting than we'd hoped for. EVPs, a REM pod playing a ditty, and a benevolent ghost looking for her unbaptised baby.
She's gone, hasn't she?
George might need a bit more convincing, but what about you? Let us know in the comments what you make of this. Thanks for watching, kind spirits. Our haunted pub crawl will continue next time on Spirits of a Different Kind.